When President Muhammadu Buhari declared, "I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody," during his first inaugural speech as Nigerian president on May 29, 2015, Nigerians were not only in awe of his patriotism but also believed it marked new beginnings for the country. 5 years down the line as the Nigerian president, citizens are now convinced that Buhari is only for the North and the president of the North. His administration has been ridden with nepotism, infighting, disunity, corruption, and the government style seemingly aimed at dividing the nation along ethnic and religious lines. Citing embezzlement of public funds, lack of right to freedom of speech, the 2020 Lekki massacre, COVID-19 palliative funding, the formation of regional security networks, Fulani headsmen clash with farmers, ethnic clashes, and the numerous heartbreaking stories in the year 2021, citizens are now asking if Nigeria is on the verge of a breakup. Well, we will leave that to you to decide as we go over the top 5 heartbreaking stories of 2021. Hello guys, it's Tico here for African Glitz. Fulani headsmen clash with Southwest farmers. Since Buhari came into power, Fulani herders have become famous for grazing on the farms of residents of southwestern state without permission. When confronted over their illegal actions, they allegedly attack residents violently, leaving them injured or dead. Recently, residents of villages in Yewa North local government area of Ogun became the latest victims of this unconstitutional violent act by Fulani herders. After they repeatedly resisted attempts by the headsmen to graze their cattle in their villages, the headsmen left only to return a few days later with about 10 soldiers escort to intimidate the resident. According to the reports published by the Nation newspaper on January 23, 2021, the soldier believed to be from Alamala, Abeokuta, visited several villages within Yewa local government area in the company of the headsmen, grazing their cattle while assaulting and harassing anyone that dared to question them. The state government has since promised to investigate the sad incident, but as usual, no action has been taken. Meanwhile, the Yorubas have been infuriated by the Fulani herders' effrontery and commented that an ethnic war might be brewing. Fulani herders claim Ondo Forest. On January 18, 2021, the incumbent governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, ordered Fulani headsmen to vacate forest within 7 days. According to him, bad elements among the herders have been kidnapping residents and turned the forest into a hideout to keep their kidnapped victims and negotiate a ransom. Of course, his order was applauded by residents of the state and other southwestern states. The only problem was the herders refused to comply. The national president of the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, Bello Badejo, insisted that all lands in Nigeria belong to Fulanis and the governor of Ondo State have no power to eject herdsmen from Ondo Forest. He called Akeredolu a desperate politician using propaganda to spoil the good name of the Fulanis. The Northern Elders Forum equally told the herders to ignore Akeredolu's order. Almost as if they all planned it, the presidency would later react to the order, saying Akeredolu cannot unilaterally remove thousands of herders from Ondo Forest. It's no secret that Fulani herders and Northerners cannot swallow the same pill on their land. Saying the president who should be chastising them is also supporting them, many have now accused Buhari of fanning the embers of ethnic war and, if possible, a breakup of the nation. Nigeria Army clash with Eastern Security Network. Pro-Biafra activist and leader of Biafra's indigenous people, Nnamdi Kanu, launched the Eastern Security Network in December 2020 to protect the Southwest and South-South people from terrorist Fulani herders and bandits allegedly trooping in from the North. According to Kanu, the security outfit, heavily funded by international and local donors, serves as a regional vigilante group like the Miyetti Allah in the North and Amotekun Corps in the Southwest. However, the presidency was not too happy about this development, especially after branding Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist. The government learned that some Nigerian military soldiers were resigning to join the Eastern Security Network because the outfit had better welfare packages for its officers. The Nigerian Army deployed combat helicopters, gun trucks, and soldiers to search forests in the Southeast Zone and destroy the Eastern Security Network camp. A week later, another shootout between the Nigerian Army and Eastern Security soldiers had another clash in Okporo, Olu local government area of Imo State, and the killing killing of at least 10 persons on January 25, 2021. On a reprisal mission, the Nigerian soldiers will reinforce back days after they have been harassing and brutalizing residents in the street. A church was even burnt to the ground. It gets worse. According to reports, the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, is on the side of the president and has been aiding the unconstitutional attack on Olu residents. This is not the first time the Igbos will be targeted. We will recall that when the indigenous people of Biafra group was newly formed, Igbos were harassed and brutalized for months. Again, during the Obigbo massacre in Rivers State last year, Igbos were targeted, brutalized and even killed for days over their ethnicity. Ethnic clash in Lagos. The year 2020 was a terrifying year for Lagosians, with so many ethnic clashes springing up here and there. Sadly, we're majorly between the Hausas, Fulani and the Yorubas. There was an ethnic clash in Ejigbo and another in Ikorodu late 2020. Shockingly, the Department of State Services (DSS) raised an alarm that another ethnic clash fronting along religious lines may take over Lagos State again this year 2021. According to the DSS, they uncovered certain elements plans to incite ethnic and religious violence in Lagos. The DSS also noted these plans for ethnic violence were uncovered in Lagos and many other states including Sokoto, Rivers, Plateau, Oyo, Kano and Kaduna. Sunday Igboho versus headsmen. Fulani herders had allegedly been terrorizing residents of Okeogun area in Oyo State. They allegedly break into their farms, injure or kill whoever challenges them, and to cap it all, kidnap residents for ransom. After their cries for help fell on deaf ears of the state government, they employed the help of Sunday Adeyemo, better known as Sunday Igboho. In his boys' company and with the full support of the traditional leaders and youth of the area, he ordered the Fulani herders out of the area permanently under 7 days. Despite threats of arrest by the presidency and state government, he successfully engaged the herders and stopped their plans. In retaliation, one of his houses in Soka, Ibadan was burnt down by unknown arsonists. But Sunday Igboho has said that this will not deter him from fighting for his people. He has now declared that he will visit all states in southwest Nigeria and force Fulani herders out. For this brave action of his, Sunday Igboho has been branded the true leader of the Yorubas and a true hero. But that's not all. Sunday Igboho supporters have now been clamoring for the Oduduwa Republic. And there you have it. With so much unrest in the country and each tribe having one common enemy, the Fulani headsmen, the hunger and passion for breaking away from Nigeria is rapidly growing. Do you think these stories are strong indicators that Nigeria will be breaking up soon? Are you surprised the president isn't doing much to protect the people of Nigeria? And lately, do you think Fulani headsmen are trying to take over Nigeria? Voice your opinion in the comment section down below. If you found this video informative, please give it a like and share. Don't forget to check out our channel for more interesting African stories and news we know you like. Subscribe to get notifications whenever we drop a new juicy video to keep you updated. Thanks for watching and see you on our next one.